Hi guys! Welcome to PassionPreneur. Do you want to learn from a person who used to be a waiter and earned 16 pesos per hour and now owns an ad agency having clients from the US and Canada? And he also co-founded the Cebu Meditation Club and now is an advocate for entrepreneurship.
I hustle hard like Kenjie, I'm all about that grind. An entrepreneur, plus he's a vlogger and so ahead of his time. Show you how to be your own boss. Don't sit back, time to get on it. Don't stop, no sleep, just put in that work every day from night to the morning. Kenjie Deguzman, recognize, never underestimate him. Subscribe to the YouTube, he gonna show you how to do the stock trading.
This episode is brought to you by In-Him Property and Development Corp, your pocket developer in every corner. If you want to learn more about In-Him Property, check out this link. Hi guys! Welcome again to PassionPreneur. This is your host, Sir Chubby, and welcome to episode 49, season 3. And we have my man, Kenjie. Welcome by Ken.
Thank you.
Briefly, can you just introduce yourself, give a brief story of yourself, mga 5 hours lang?
Taas eh. Alright. So, my name is Kenjie Deguzman. I am a marketing consultant, branding consultant.
Yeah.
And I would say my whole background for the last 10 or 12 years is sales, marketing, and
Nice.
branding. So, I have an existing digital agency business. So, I work with US and Canadian clients. So, I help them in creating content, creating campaigns, and hopefully to sell their products or services.
Okay. No, again, in PassionPreneur, a lot of the people would really relate to the person based on his success ba. But a lot of people don't know the story behind, no? So we see the results, we don't see the grind or the hustle behind. So how did you start? What were your kumbaga humble beginnings?
Good question. I'm originally from Argao, which is southern parts of Cebu.
Mutidet naman ha, dili pa. Dili pa no. Argao, ang track mo mutidet na, dili pa.
Dili man
Mutidet.
Lahi pa, wala pa
Okay.
accent. Sunod pa dira, nagdaray accent ka kaon. So, I think 16 years old, I moved early sa Cagayan de Oro because I never had the luxury of eskwela o college.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I spent a very long time in university, which is 1 semester. So, I started as a service crew in
Nice.
a very famous Chinese restaurant.
Sama sa mga chowking, ha?
Sama sa Chowking, Sapa.
Free ko na, branding.
Free
na.
endorsement.
Endorsement.
Alright.
You should pay us. No?
So, before I worked in the service industry, even I think 6, 8, 10 years old, I'm really into sales. Like, small things, nga baligya-baligya.
Okay.
Baligyan gusto kong tita o saging, instead of mga bound.
If I may, was it because difficult ang life or you wanted to?
I grew up in a dysfunctional family, so gibilin ko sa kong tita.
Wow.
So ako mama, she moved to Manila and namcheck soon, which is nasa Talisay. So, gibilin ko dito. In some way, like when you're a kid, ganahan ka mo duwag video games,
Yep.
ganahan ka. Like,
You want to play more.
Palituduaan or whatever. So, it didn't really came out from pressure. It's probably out of necessity. So,
Okay.
at the early age, I really find it fun na parang magbaligya, I can earn money, I don't need to be dependent sa
Okay.
sa kong tita or sa kong mama. So, that developed and it progressed. So,
Did it become like a skill that's
yeah,
natural
it became
to you?
like a skill.
Nice.
So, even before na I was 16, like, when I moved at the early age sa Mindanao, I don't know anyone there except sa akong isa ka relatives. So, I really wanted na kanang I have a control of my time. I really wanted nga
Okay.
I could earn an income nga dili limited with the regular salary. So, even if I never had the luxury nga mag-eskwela o college, I wanted to focus on building a skill na I think that would still be relevant.
Which is
Regardless.
mo na siyang sales.
Which is sales.
Which
Sales
is
and marketing.
they say based on statistics, a lot or 80% based on statistics of the entrepreneurs who are successful are salespersons. No? Mo agree ka na?
In some way, I
Yeah.
would agree. Yeah.
Okay. So, what were your first murag memorable sale?
Memorable sale.
Nakalaman ko, ay, mo na ni.
Uh, I think before when like sa Pilipinas, I was hired before with a ad agency.
Okay.
So the quota is 10,000 pesos. So okay, only it was a small newspaper subscription.
Ah, wow.
And
Niagi sa dekana.
oh,
Yeah.
so ligamig ads sa kuan.
Space.
We approach local businesses sa Cagayan de Oro nga ibutang yung business dire. And I was able to hit my target in 2 days.
Wow.
So at that time, I go, oh, like
What
this
year
is
was that?
something
Kanang
interesting.
10,000.
Oh, dude, this is the way. I think 9 years ago.
Nagdagay.
Yeah, 7 8 years ago. Taon-taon na po. And when I started my own ad agency, which I have a US client, I think I'm able to sell probably $5,000 for one transaction. And at that time, I really think, oh, like amazing.
Wow,
Oh,
mukha na ka mo na ni.
Sobrang-
This is it, mga
Oh,
kana.
this is it. Say ko nga, what I would earn sa Pilipinas na probably take 10 or 5 to 10 clients, I could just earn it in one client sa US.
Question. What was the turning point in your life that really made you decide that you should become an entrepreneur? Or was it a conscious choice, or were you forced into it? Or some people are handed by their parents with the business, but ikaw, what was your murag turning point?
I didn't grow up in a rich family, so dili silver spoon, dili gani bronze. So
Kahoy spoon.
So I think I became interested with entrepreneurship because I remember before when I was working sa Chowking, di ba, you have 1 hour break, 30-minute break. So uban ko sa una sa akong kauban during break hours. Try ko sigarilyo, and eventually ubuhon ko, so I cannot sustain it. So part sa mall sa Cagayan de Oro, there was a bookstore, which is National Bookstore. And at that time, ingon ko nga, I think I should probably make use of my time instead nga
Wow.
makichismis or go.
That's very unique, ha? Kanang nga inana imong mindset.
Yeah.
Instead nga kuyog kasi mga friends or colleagues, that you went for books, ha?
Yeah, because I there are people na 10 years na sa restaurant, and I asked them like how long have you been working here? And said 8 years, 10 years, some are like 12 years. And gi-audit na ko, tanaw na ko sila ko nga. These are people who are hardworking, but yet financially di ko ganahan na to be on that level. So
If you don't mind, where did you get that kind of mindset? Because again, it's not common nga murag moro maghapon. If I'm interpreting what you're saying, murag you see those people like waiter lang gihapon, dugay na ni dire, they're not improving, they're not growing. So where did that come from nga kanang ka di ko sunod nila, or I won't follow their path?
I think I'm exposed to like different influences, and like at the early age, kita na ko akong mama na marami na we're struggling financially.
Okay, so from pain
From pain.
From pain.
Oh,
Nice.
In some way, like I think I have very limited choices. Like,
yes.
So I'm trading my time for salary, and kung usahin ko kumanda ka ng feeling sakit ka, di ka ganahan mo trabaho, but you still have to work.
Yes.
Diba?
In other words, why choice?
Oh, why choice, diba?
Hindi dahil white choice ra kay usaman.
Ganahan kong palit og Nokia 3310, mahal mo kay ni, and at that time I was earning like 16 pesos per hour. So marami tawag.
Yeah, that was the rate before, I remember.
Yeah, that was the rate. And kung gamay ang rate sa Cebu, it's probably worse in Mindanao. So it probably came out of necessity.
Wow.
I wanted to be free. I wanted to have options. And most important thing sa tanan, I want to provide sa akong family because I'm the eldest.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 sisters.
Okay. Talking about sales, more or less, I would assume you had some deep exposure in that area because taking from what you're saying, mo jud siya murag special skill nimo ba? So where were you specifically exposed in sales?
I think early childhood, kung tita, we have small businesses, so that's probably the foundation. In my early 20s, I started to join multi-level
Parehas kita mga powers ito. Sakit sa katawan na power.
Power.
Oh.
Yakila, Kingana, Secret, Kingana. So, yeah, Body and Soul, or, I don't know. So yeah, I've been involved in network marketing. It provides me a good exposure with.
Yep. Which is actually ako, unlike other mentors, no, I agree that there's a skill that you can learn in network marketing, which is number one, how to be positive, no, nya. Oh, kanang bisag power lang gud misag. At least sige lang tambay-tambay sa shop niya. Usara dito ta order ninyo kay. Seriously, bro, one of the things is really exposed in sales. So, tell me, what did you really learn from selling network marketing products or kanang membership?
I think one lesson for network marketing that is really profound sa ko is I think everyone has a desire to be successful.
Okay, so kana ano?
Financially.
The mindset nga na possibility.
Yeah, the challenge is usahay people are misled na it would take a very short time to be successful.
Take note of that, ha. So ibalik ko no, Ken.
So people has a huge or deep desire to be financially successful, yet they wanted a shortcut.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really work.
Even in networking, you have to really work for it.
Exactly. So I think that's really profound sa kuha, and that provides me a good foundation. If you wanted to accomplish something significant, it takes time.
Yes.
It takes focus. It takes commitment. So in later process, the more na I have a higher responsibility, like the more na I see the bigger picture instead of finding for hacks or shortcuts.
Kanang murag mga quick kanang mga cheat sheets, no? The blueprint to 60 days to mga.
Doesn't really work.
Talking about that, did you also learn how to grind or murag kanang baga work ethics through network marketing or?
Yeah, I think work ethics is something that was established or.
What was it early on? Tungod kay nag-waiter ka and
yeah. Like even before nung wala pa ko nag-network marketing, I understand the value of work ethics. Kay I'm not a good-looking dude. I'm not tall.
Napatay chance, no?
No, like I even at the early age, I really think na I have unfair advantages in a way na marami bit of like I didn't have rich family, I don't have a degree. So
murag na kay gamay din ka nang
I have a chip on my shoulder. Like in my head, like if I rely on other people to put me on, or if I rely on other connection or etc., then that would not be
arkansi ka
ko in the long run. So ingon ko nga, okay, like I have to audit what do I have. Like
that's good, and very important to audit what you have, no?
Yeah.
So then after that.
So yeah, I realized na I could probably improve on communication. That's one na priority.
Wow. So what age were you kanang nakahunona kang
early 20s, 18, 20 ako. Because I noticed mostly tao na may storya, they make good money. They have the money, they have the women, and they have the
Ako yan, they have the money and they have the man.
So ko ang LGBT community.
Seriously, so balik ko sa sales, no? Talking about kanang sales, what were you really exposed to? More on consumer products or more on you were building the business?
I think in my early 20s, like I exposed myself in different industries. Like
wow, that's even better, no?
Kaya ganahan ko nga, I have a diverse understanding. Kaya ingon ko nga, maybe in my 30s or 40s, I have to stick to an industry that I'm really comfortable.
Very good, no? So different industries.
Okay. Industries.
Were you able to experience mga difficult times when you were selling? Kanang gibastos jud ka?
Dude, even today. I wish now like it gets on like I think the journey of entrepreneurship or business is a never-ending cycle. Like you might consider yourself successful if you earn $1 million a month, but for some people that's like a joke.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Change for them. Right?
And you'll eventually meet people that are like that. $1 million a day? Muragana ba?
Okay, so like they just spend that for a week, di ba? Like I have a friend of mine at Japan. He spent probably like 500,000 in 3 days.
Wow.
Di ba? So I don't consider myself that I made it, and in fact, like I still read, I still invest in education. Like,
and that's a good sign.
Exactly.
So
but, yeah, it's really hard. Like every day I get rejected. Like people say no to me, and I don't take it that seriously. It's
Uh,
just part of the process.
Was there a part in your life when you had difficulty receiving rejection?
I think the difficult part in terms of rejection is those moments nga murag wa na gid ko yung pangkaon, wa na ko yung
Okay.
pang-rent.
Murag diha lang nakita. That's
Yeah.
the hardest part
Oh,
because
like,
murag grabe ang need.
Oh,
no?
like marami if people will say no today, like napo ko'y makuyan, like I could still
Wow.
support my parents. But if I look back like 8-10 years ago where I'm really starting from scratch and murag 3 months na ko delay sa akong boarding house and it's only 700 pesos every month.
Wow, so murag ka ng bed spacer, in other words.
Oh, yeah. And like, I think the very first time na I moved sa Cagayan de Oro, like the place that I'm living is like, murag bodega nga ko, like small things you could consider luxury and asahay, like, you don't really appreciate. And when I look back, I'm like, dude, like,
Here, no? From na? From the bodega.
But yeah, those were difficult moments na marami daw. There were times nga wala ko makaon. Like, there was a funny story na I'd like to share. Before, nung nako sa Cagayan de Oro, when I was doing network marketing, I have few friends nga were on the same industry. Ang tawag sa mo is kuan, unsi-unsi boys.
Unsi boys.
Oh, kay matami 11 a.m. Kahit migsudan na 5 pesos, then kano na 5 pesos, then tubig na piso. So, 11 a.m., 11 pesos ang budget. That's our first meal. And 11 p.m., that's our second meal. So, mukha
Wow!
twice a day for 11 pesos. So, ang tawag sa masilingan sa mga sa karinderya is unsi-unsi boys.
Wow, that's a
So,
very...
yeah, that's a difficult moment to be rejected.
How long were you in that situation? Ganang unsi boy ka.
I think first 2-3 years.
Wow!
Nung nako sa Cagayan de Oro, it was really hard, man. Like, you don't have a skill yet.
You don't have connections.
You don't have connection, you're building your foundation, you're confused kung is this an industry and I wanted to stick or is there a better opportunity? But I pushed through with it because I know it would lead somewhere. Although at the back of my mind, lisod good siya. But
Somehow, murag wala sa kay choice.
Oh yeah, in some way,
correct,
wala
correct.
akong choice. Hindi ko ganaan mga sa akong parents because they don't have much as well. I cannot rely sa ibang tao. So, I would grind this. And as long as I have the right foundation and skill, eventually it will pay off in the future.
Ken, if you don't mind, bro, was there ever a time during those difficult 1 to 3 years, did you ever question yourself or life itself? Na murag padayon ba ko ni? Nakakasuway ka na?
Dude, like, when you think na you have money, influence, you kind of think, or you kind of feel invincible, right? In some way. It's not true, but some way. And when I look back, like, I really feel like that sense of kind of itong hollow or you feel incomplete. Childhood is showing. That's a huge like motivation sa ko why I wanted to excel and like during those moments nga marami tag naglisod ko and like I have nothing to eat, like wala ko pang rent, like I have that feeling that I know it's kind of bad place na asa ko gahugot, which is like I wanted to prove myself nga. I wanted
Totally get what you're saying, huh?
Oh, but karon I look back, I think those approach has space or those are valid in a way, na valid because without those like resentment or frustration, I think it would be super hard nga murag makapadayon ko. But I question myself. Even now, I still question myself. That's why I surround myself with good people, good influence, so I could be checked. Because without those, it's just easy to overspend or like impress people. And sometimes when you have money, people treat you differently. Like before,
very true.
When I was not making money, like you're like an invisible kid. Nga ay mo kuha nimo, and like
that's true.
And
that's
like,
true.
Usahay, it gets into your head. Yeah. But ako, I'm always like, I always wanted to be grounded because I don't really think nga marabitag you're special or like you're ahead, you're ahead the curve or yan. Like dude, we're just the same. Like we're trying every day to improve, be better, like help people as much as they can. But yeah, it was really hard.
Moving forward, were there mentors specifically in your areas during that time, or did they come later in your life?
I have early mentors, but not the typical mentor relationship where like
They coach you,
like they coach
they
you.
correct you, kasapan pa ka.
I was early exposed to. His name is Johnson. He's a medrep, so he's very engaged in self-development because he's connected with Christian community. So at that time, I wanted to be a good speaker. So ako yung intern.
Wow.
So he didn't really like hire me or anything. Like iya akong pakanon, ako yung tigdas yung equipment, nga. But at
Bro, disipulo.
Oh, yeah, nga. But at the back of my mind, like this guy is teaching me something. Una ko yung pangutana. So that was my very first exposure for a mentor. And later, I realized na usay ang tao, they're busy, they have their own agenda,
Yep.
they have their own
Yep.
priorities. So that's why I invest in education,
Yes.
books, seminar. So,
Wow.
in a way na,
When did you start doing that? Kanang mga seminars, books, were you into the business now, like even for network marketing, or still a long way pa in your journey?
I think in my early 20s.
Early 20s na.
Like, I remember the very first book na akong gipalit is Your Best Life Now by Joel Osteen.
I've never reached that for that.
So, I think
Your best life na.
697 and like para sa kuha mo na siyang 10,000. So, mahala na yun ang galing pasahon ni Hana. But yeah, early 20s, I already appreciate the value of self-education. Because I don't have a degree. So, ingon ko nga kung
Nindot na nga mindset ha.
kung dili ko educated, then I would be left behind. Then ako mga kauban kay may mo English kanang gikan og kanang Xavier University, which is Ateneo School sa Cagayan de Oro. So ko nga I would be left behind if dili na ako educate ang kaugalingon. So I look for alternatives.
Moving forward to what you have now, the agency, the ad agency. How did you start it na?
I started 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay. So, were you a solopreneur that time, or did you have a team?
No,
Right away?
I was working some apartment na ako na Rosa. So I probably have 3 to 6 months of my income. So I've been in corporate medyo taon na like 8 years. So I should try it out. I have enough skills. I know I could give value to people.
Did you like acquire the skills from your corporate experience?
Yeah, it's a combination of different skills. Especially I wanted to focus about online campaigns.
Okay.
So it's more of digital approach. So yeah, very modest na in my apartment. Ako Rosa, took me a while to acquire a team. Pero I have no choice but just to start somewhere.
Pero you were still single at the time.
I'm still single today.
So, announcement, no? Single and ready to mingle? Ready to mingle? Dili na. Okay. So, how did you start it specifically, or especially what I really want to focus on, like you said, sales or marketing? How did you market yourself as you cannot call yourself an ad agency yet because I'm an ad agency, but I myself. But how did you market yourself, or did you have that mindset nga ad agency but solo enterprise?
What's funny is ako tanan, like I'm the finance, customer service, sales. So,
most people don't realize that until they're there, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. But in my head, like I don't have a lot of cash to hire people. I have to bootstrap everything.
Yes. Okay.
So in my head, I have to work for a long time to build this. At the moment I get momentum, it will be a lot easier.
Okay.
But how I start, to answer your question, is I try to look for a niche that there's not a lot of competition.
So that's one of the keys, no? Look for a niche there's no much competition.
Sure. And I stick to it, I focus on it. Because I think a lot of people are starting out. They're very broad, they're all over the place. Like, I'm for this one, and this market, and this market. So,
Too ambitious, in other words.
exactly.
No?
So, finding client takes time. It takes money to acquire
Yes.
customer. So, that's why I decided I have to stick to my lane para I could understand the market a lot better. But eventually, how I started, like, I offer different campaigns na I could give them for free. Eventually, if they're
So that
happy
was
with it.
your more kanang
Value ladder
capture,
approach.
value ladder for free nga So did you do it like did you do during that time Google, I would assume Google Ads or Facebook Ads na?
I generate leads through Facebook and Google.
Okay, both.
Both.
Your Google leads were from organic or paid?
They're paid.
Paid. Okay. So AdWords.
AdWords.
Okay. So how much were you spending budget nimo at that time?
I think 2,000 pesos.
2,000. But during that time that was already enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
like 3 years ago, eventually gone. And Facebook is a lot cheaper.
Yep, per CPC sa una,
CPC.
pila ano. So, was there a guy that you followed during that time? Did you have a mentor or ikaw na lang yun?
I think the trend for setting up a social media agency at that time is not really that huge in comparison before. Pero at the back of my mind, I decided to set up an agency business because I wanted to travel and I wanted to work na there's no constraint of office, na I could work anywhere. In fact, one of the most amazing experience that I have last year is I traveled straight for 6 months. So,
Wow.
Puyo, Baguio, Davao, Butuan. So, because we had a campaign before which is to educate small business owners for free
Wow.
about digital marketing. So
That was sponsored by your client.
no, it was all my own expense.
Wow.
And never charged anything for it. So I think the convenience of a digital business, that what really attracts ako mo nang ganahan ko ng business model.
Okay. Because anywhere, as long as there's internet.
Anywhere, correct.
Yep.
And at that time, like the digital nomad vibe.
Oh,
is like,
grabe ka siya ka. Hype you.
Hype kayo. So, I'm one of the people that was hype for it. And I realized kakapoy, so I stay back to Cebu.
Pero during that time, how did you scale up from being a solopreneur to so what was your first hire? How difficult was it to maintain?
The very first person I hired was an office mate of mine who worked sa BPO before. So
Okay.
he has sales experience, and in some way, he's money driven. So,
Which is good, no?
this is a good person. Kailangan kwarta, so for sales, like you have to find people who has an ambition, because if their mindset
Yep.
is just to
Very true. Oh.
earn the minimum, then this one for them, because it's a very mentally exhausting work.
Yep.
So hire employee, reinvest again, invest in system, technology, hire creatives para marag dili kay ako marag 100% involved.
Yep.
So one brick at a time. It's not easy. Even karon, like I'm still trying to figure out how to scale better. So
What your first hire was a salesperson.
salesperson
So for a client or for your business?
for my business.
Wow.
For my
So
business.
you were able to scale really well after that. Kay sales good siya.
Yeah, everything is outsourced. Like, we have services na dili kami mag-fulfill. So, let's say, let's for example, if someone would buy a website for, I don't know,
Okay.
like $500, we get it here for 200,
200.
we sell it for 600. So,
Nice.
it's a very simple na
Model
buy
lang.
and sell
Oh.
na kung ano.
Service lang, dili lang
Service,
goods or products.
No, we never focus on goods because, like, logistic, there's a lot of issue that could go in the wrong direction. That's why I started with service.
Okay. So how many employees do you have run or murag outsource consultants?
All of them are home-based, so including freelancers, I think 8 to 10 employees. It's still a small business because naglaag-laag ako for the first 2 years. This is probably the year and I have my full attention. I have no other commitment. So I think that's very common for people starting out.
Yep, very much.
When you make a certain amount of
right.
money and whatever, think, I'm free now, kailangan ko malag. And later you regret na whatever, it's
I
not
can
gonna
still
go
do a
there
lot more.
forever.
Yep.
So I wanted to have a much
Which is-
one-pointed focus in terms of business.
I like that habit that you are being honest about it because a lot of people really think that way nga murag makaigo na ka lang inani niya pwede na ko relax. In fact, I have this belief, I don't know if it's weird or that there's no retirement for us entrepreneurs, no.
No.
Kay you will
Mamatay kag dali.
you should reach a point that you just have to up your game every time, no. So and how different was it from being a solopreneur to becoming a boss, no, or to manage people, no? Especially their activities, their tasks.
Masakit yung mo. More migraine.
Sobrang nasa honest dito.
More payroll. No, honestly, like, bigger responsibility equates to more stress. So, like, you're more responsible with your time. Like before, when I was on my own, I could only work for 2 hours and lag now after.
That's true.
Oh, but karon, like, you have to deal with their work issue, usahay family issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Usahay
true.
love life issue for single
Patay na
employees.
na.
So, I think there is no difference except for the responsibility.
Okay.
But the more na you put yourself into the scene, the more na you're able to have a better control or management.
Ken, having this business now, what's in for Ken for the future, for 5 years, 10 years? How do you see yourself growing? Or specifically, what businesses do you want to start? Do you want to scale up the business now?
I think for the next 3 to 5 years, I really wanted to scale up my agency business.
Nice.
On the same way, I wanted to be engaged in the local business scene. Okay, I think most of my experience is US and Canadian market. So, one of the huge costs that I'm paying attention current, I'm involved in Cebu meditation,
Yeah.
which is a charity event which to educate people about mindfulness. So, this is absolutely free of charge.
Wow.
On the same way, I wanted to set up organization that is really focused on entrepreneur, where you could learn from them. You could probably mentor for some people who are starting out, but more of a tight group for
More of a
focus.
mastermind.
More of a mastermind, exactly.
Would you like that to be one of your focus in the
Yeah.
long term?
Eventually, that's something that I'm really trying to understand better. How can we differentiate? Because there's a lot of business organizations in the Philippines.
There are a lot of sorry for the word, business BS
But
organizations.
aside, like, it just takes a lot of your time and you don't really get
Yep, and you don't
anything out
earn
of it.
so much. No?
Exactly. So, I wanted to understand it better para it's worth the time sa tao. And for me, I don't want to be involved in a lot of things because I'm not
Yep.
a believer of multitasking. I
Yes,
just want to be
yes.
involved in 1 or 2 projects. But if there is a way that we could probably provide content for people in a way, so
Yep.
that's something that I also wanted to focus.
How do you see the industry in terms of entrepreneurship in the Philippines, or specifically in the Visayas? Do you see it like expanding, or are there a lot of it that's based on hype?
I think there are industries that I'm not sure if they would still be here in 5 or 10 years. But in general, like, the country is really moving in a direction it has a lot of upside. If
Yep.
you're an entrepreneur or if you want to start your own business.
Yep. Agree. Agree.
So, taxes, infrastructure, like
Yep.
logistic, etc. So, I think there's really no perfect time to start a business today as long as you have the right intention, you surround yourself with the right people. But I'm always bullish about it. So, even myself, I pay attention to trends. The huge thing that I'm really excited about, which is probably in the next 10 to 20 years, is the need to get in the real estate game.
Okay.
Because I'm not an expert yet on it, but that's an industry that I think that I want to get into.
What other industries would you advise those who are starting to try, quote unquote?
I think if you're a young, early 20s,
Just like me.
You don't really need to get into business. One misconception, because entrepreneurship karon, it became
Sounds cool.
diba?
They don't know
So,
the hardship, no?
like,
The
dude,
times.
like, if you know about taxes, business permit, payroll, and like,
Payroll na lang daan, di ba?
and it's a headache. So I think like business is not for everyone. Like, that's the reality. But you need skills if you want to be relevant, especially with technology,
Okay.
AI, VR, AR. So, like, without a skill, it would be really hard for you, especially if you're young, or even if you're mature or old. So I think
Sila rin na.
sila rin na. So I think selling is a good way that you can
Okay.
probably focus
Agree.
as a skill.
Agree. Whether online or
whether
virtual.
online or maligya kag saging or Avon or whatever, as long as you're selling.
Yes,
it's
agree.
a good way that you could master or be educated, because in the future then you might start a business. Right?
Yep.
I think developing skills related to communication.
Okay.
Even if dili ka mamaligya, let's say for example like copywriting is probably one of the most important. If
Yes.
if you don't have any idea, it's sales in print.
Yep.
So you're selling through words.
Yep.
So I think it's an important skill na if dili ka confident nga magipagatubang og tao, then you might learn this.
Yes.
Like you could research about copywriting, and ako, it's the new skill that I really wanted to master karon. Sales
In fact, it pays very well if you're
Pays very well,
a freelancer online. Diba?
Correct. There are other skills that might pay you good money, like maybe you learn about online marketing or website creation or programming stuff. But for me, those are the top 3.
How about we talk about this before we started the conversation? How about e-commerce?
E-commerce, yes and no. Yes, if you have a lot of capital.
True.
But if you really wanted to get into it, if you have a good communication skill, then you might approach people na consignment, ikaw mamaligya, you get commission.
That's also a good strategy.
That's a good strategy if di ka ganahan na
Pagawas ka.
Pagawas ng takong apuhunan. And in fact, I've tried that before. Like namaligya bisawan na og dishwashing liquid, air freshener.
Wow.
Kung kauban ang magbuhat. So ako rin tigbaligya, dadako ka ng murag galon. So that's a good way. I think e-commerce is a huge potential. You just have to know the technical side.
Yep.
How to set up Shopify website, etc.
Ken, thank you so much. No, I really enjoyed this interview. I'm learning a lot also. Finally, what is your murag message? If there's something that you want to tell those who want to be passionpreneurs, specifically kana sa nga group, those who want to be, what do you want to tell them?
I think it's my honor na you asked me for this interview. I really think that it's a perfect way to share my experiences, challenges, and a little bit of success, I would say. But for young people who are starting out, I think it's very important that you understand kung unsa gid imong ganahan. Like, it doesn't really matter if you go into business or sales, as long as you know what you want. I guess self-awareness is the most important thing.
Agree.
Na you could develop. If you're already in business and you're struggling, there are challenges, di na kakabayad o payroll, you just have to continue because it's part of the journey. Like, meet people, be inspired by other people, and like remove the ego, put it at the door, because you will be stuck in the level where you are. So if you're a business owner and you're like the OG, you're old, sell your business to me. If you're in a position where you already made it, I think it's a perfect time to give back.
Yes, I invite you also, no?
Give back, be involved. Like we're all gonna die. Like di na nimo mada the wealth that you accumulate, but you could be a mentor to people starting out.
Yes.
You have experiences that is really golden, that could really change a lot of people. So be that catalyst, be the change. And most important thing, if you're in business or you're a passionpreneur, have fun. Like, don't take life too seriously. Like, kaya kung ma-stress ka all the time, like, it's really hard. So it's not worth it. So have fun, focus on the specific task where you are, and ayaw sige kuan kanang sa tao nga, don't complain, and like don't expect it na it will be easy, because it will never be.
Wow, thank you so much. Can you invite them, or where can people reach you if they want to be mentored by you, if they want to ask you questions? Can you please share?
My social media content, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You could just search Deguzman Live.
Okay.
And I have a website, which is kenjiedeguzman.com. So all of my content is there. They could chat.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kenjie. I really learned a lot from you today. My main takeaway is really, it doesn't matter where you start, but where you are going, and especially that you know what you want and where you want to go. Again, thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time, by the way, check us out in YouTube, Passion Cafe TV. And also, if you're in Instagram, check out our Instagram page, Passion Cafe TV. All our micro content are there. Of course, finally, in Facebook, all of our main content are there. Please like, follow, of course, ask questions, comment. Thank you so much for watching. Like we always say in PassionPreneur, do what you love.
And love what you do.
You are a PassionPreneur.
Thanks, guys.